Hi friends, my name is Holly and I'm lucky enough to be the children's librarian at Alamosa Public Library in Alamosa, Colorado, and this is Storytime Online. We have 2 books to share today. Let's see what they are. It's time to share a story, a story, a story. It's time to share a story today with children and some kitchen tools. And more children in a beautiful park. It's time to share a story today. But first, we always get our bodies ready for a story. If you'd like to stand up and move with me, I would love it. This one goes like this. We sing hello, hello. We sing hello, hello. With our friends at story time, we sing hello, hello. We stomp and sing hello. We stomp and sing hello. With our friends at story time, we stomp and sing hello. We stretch and sing hello. We stretch and sing hello. With our friends at story time. Can you touch your toes? We stretch and sing hello, hello. I'm so excited. I have been so busy this week. And I found this book. I have so much excited energy to share it with you. It's called Pots and Pans, and it makes me really want to spend time in a certain room in the place where I live. Have you noticed that we're in a different room than we usually spend together for Storytime Online? Look around. There are some clues about what room we're in. I'll move these for you so you can see what's in the back there by that bright window. Can you see that? And I'm wearing something that I wear when I'm working and playing in this room. I'm in my kitchen. And I'm still at my home. We're not in the library story room because the library is still closed. But I'm excited to share a story with you in my kitchen today. I'm going to move this story for later. And we'll start with this one, Pots and Pans. Been very excited to play in my kitchen, but first we'll read and then we'll play with some of the things that I found in my kitchen, and maybe you can ask your grown-ups with a may I please. Find some of the same things in your kitchen that are in this story and in my house. So first we'll read and then we'll play. That's a great tool to be able to use, grown-ups. First, then language. First, we're going to read the story, Pots and Pans. And it's by Rockwell and illustrated by Lizzy Rockwell. They have the same last name, Rockwell. Do you share a last name with anybody? Anne and Lizzy share a last name because Anne is the mom and Lizzy is the daughter. Anne wrote the words and her daughter drew the pictures. That's pretty special. Maybe someday you and one of your grown-ups would like to make a book together. Pots and Pans. Look, the O in pots is a pot top. Pots and Pans. Look what's in our kitchen. It is full of lots and lots of pots and pans. And lots of other things. Do you see any things that look familiar in their kitchen that you might have in your kitchen? There is a great big heavy casserole and a black cast iron frying pan. There is a middle-sized saucepan and a little butter warmer. There's a wire whisk and a red mixing bowl, and a bright and shiny omelet pan. There are lots of plastic storage containers with snap-on lids. Some are square and some are round. Do you see ones with a square top? Here's some. And some with a round top. Here's a round top, a round bowl. There is a tea kettle and a pair of skinny chopsticks, and an enormous wok. There are little measuring spoons hanging on a ring and a clear plastic measuring cup. How many wooden spoons are in our kitchen cupboard? This is the cake mold for baking fancy cakes. And this is our wooden rolling pin. A colander and strainer are inside the cupboard too. Hooray for pots and pans! Will you play too? I want to play. Will you play too? Let me show you some of the things that I found in my kitchen that I saw in this book. And maybe you will recognize some and think, oh, I have some like that. Let's see. First they found the big, heavy casserole. Here's the one from my kitchen. It's a different color than the one in the book. Do you remember what color the big casserole was in Anne and Lizzy Rockwell's book? I'll show you. It was yellow. Mine is dark green. A little bit different, but it's the same kind of pot. And a big cast iron frying pan. I have one of those too. Here it is. You can cook in it. It has a handle. But you have to be careful. It gets very hot. Let's see. I also have a red mixing bowl and a whisk. Just like in the story. A red mixing bowl and a whisk. Can you hear my whisk? I like the noise that it makes. I'll put it right here. Let's see. I also have, some plastic containers. This one has sort of a square top, and so does this one. This one used to have something else in it from the grocery store. And this one is actually not plastic, it's glass, but it has a different shaped top. Its top is a circle. Put those right here. Let's see, what else did I have that matched this story? Yes. Oops. I dropped one. These are my chopsticks. You can use them instead of a fork to pick up your food and eat. So my chopsticks. Takes a lot of practice to use chopsticks. I do not have an enormous wok, but I do have a tea kettle. It's back there. Can you see it? It's a little bit different than the one in the book. Oh man, some of my favorite things. When I saw these in the book, I thought, I have a lot of wooden spoons in my kitchen too. And this is one of my favorite things. This is my rolling pin. There was a rolling pin in the story. Oh, I also have a fancy cake mold. Can I tell you a secret? I have never made a fancy cake in my fancy cake mold. See, what else? Yes. A colander and a strainer. My colander is holding eggs from my chickens. And this is my strainer. It's kind of like the one in the story. You can use it when I'm making macaroni and cheese to pour the noodles so the hot water will flow out. And I'll just have the noodles to mix with my cheese sauce. Let's see, maybe I'll put that over here. And then, remember at the end of the story, the children were playing. I'd like to take a few minutes just to play in my kitchen. Would you like to pause Storytime Online and ask your grown-ups with a please may I, and go see if there are some things in your kitchen that look a little bit or a lot like the things in the story or the things in my kitchen. And then you can come back and press play and we can play together. Maybe you won't bring so many things from your kitchen. Maybe you could bring 2 or 3 things to play with from your kitchen, pots and pans. So press pause and I'll be right here when you get back. Did you come back with some things from your kitchen? Maybe some wooden spoons. This is actually a wooden spatula. Or maybe you also found a rolling pin. Did you bring a mixing bowl? Or maybe you brought a little saucepan to play with? How can we play with these things? Well, we could mix and stir. We could bang and clang. Oh, that sounds nice. What about this one? Do you know what that is? It's the plastic container. It sounds really different. Ooh. We could make music with our toys. We could, like the boy in the book, we could wear it. We could make a costume. Speaking of music, though, I thought we should sing one of my favorite songs about the kitchen. It's by Bobby Bare, and it's called Singin in the Kitchen. Bobby Bare, B-A-R-E, grown-ups, you should look up this song. Recorded this song with his whole family. I hope they were in the kitchen when they sang this. And it's a really fun jam. But you've got to help me sing it at home. So I'm going to say some words, and then you're going to sing, singing in the kitchen. And then I'll say some more words, and you'll sing, singing in the kitchen. And I'll sing some more words, and you'll sing, singing in the kitchen, banging on the pots and pans. So we'll sing singing in the kitchen 3 times, and then banging on the pots and pans. Okay, you ready? I'll get my instrument. Here it is. This is my auto harp. I'm going to put it right here on the edge. And when I play my auto harp, I press these buttons here and I strum the strings. So here's our song. It goes like this. Here we are, singing in the kitchen, all together, singing in the kitchen, everybody. Singing in the kitchen, banging on the pots and pans. Mommies and the daddies, singing in the kitchen, all together. Singing in the kitchen, all the kids, singing in the kitchen, banging on the pots and pans. Oh, now it's time for the babies to take a nap. So tuck in the babies, and we're gonna sing like this. Here we are, singing in the kitchen, all together. Singing in the kitchen, everybody. Singing in the kitchen, banging on the pots and pans. The mommies and the daddies, singing in the kitchen. All the kids, singing in the kitchen. Babies sleeping, singing in the kitchen, banging on the pots and pans. Do you think that was long enough for a nap? I hope so, because here we go. Here we go, singing in the kitchen, all together, singing in the kitchen, everybody, singing in the kitchen, banging on the pots and pans. The mommies and the daddies, singing in the kitchen, all the kids, singing in the kitchen, babies laughing, singing in the kitchen, banging on the pots and pans, banging on the pots and pans. Banging on the pots and pans. I like that one. That's a good jam. You should listen to Bobby Bare sing it with his whole family. Let's see. Well, now I have another story to read you, but I've got all these pots and pans and kitchen tools everywhere. I think I need to clean up. If you brought some kitchen tools from your kitchen, I bet you need to clean up too. So when we clean up in the story room, we always sing cleanup song. And it goes like this. It's time to clean up. 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 Up! I always do that at the end. So I'm going to pause and I'm going to clean up all of my kitchen tools that I got out while I was playing. And you could pause and you could clean up too. Grown-ups, a great extension activity would be to fill the sink with a little bit of warm sudsy water, and teach the very practical skill of washing the dishes. So you could wash them before you help put them away. So I'm going to press pause, and then we'll come back when we're done. Ready? Pause. There. Cleaned up. All of my pots and pans are put away. And now, I think it's time for me to get calmed down with one more story so that I can go on to the next part of my day. This nice calm story, after all of our banging on the pots and pans, is called Quiet, and it's written by Tomie dePaola. He wrote the words and drew the pictures. Quiet. Quiet. Me, oh my, the grandfather said. Everything is in such a hurry. The birds are flying so fast. And our dog is rushing after the ball, said the girl. I see a frog jumping high into the pond, said the boy. And a dragonfly zooming over the water. Even the trees are waving their leaves. Busy as busy can be. Let's not be so busy. Why don't we sit here, you next to me? The birds are just like us, taking a rest, singing their song. Our dog is tired. I think he's dreaming. The frog is sitting and blinking. The dragonfly has stopped beating its wings. Let us be quiet, like all our friends, quiet and still. I can think when I'm quiet. I can see when I'm still. To be quiet and still is a special thing. The end. And there's our friend Tomie, who wrote the words and drew the pictures. Thanks, Tomie dePaola. And thank you for spending that fun time in my kitchen with me. Speaking of kitchens, before we sing goodbye, I wanted to tell you about our great friend of Alamosa Public Library, Steve Weeks, has also been at home, and his library is closed. And so he decided that he could make a cool show for all of his friends. It's called Off the Kitchen, and if you watch Steve's show, he'll tell you why it's called Off the Kitchen. If you go to alamosalibrary.org, there will be a banner across the top that has a picture of Steve Weeks, and you can click on our friend Steve and watch his show, Off the Kitchen. It's really fun. He sings some songs, and he does projects too. Well, it's time for us to sing goodbye. I hope that I get to see you soon at the library, but just know that if you need to drop off your books that you've checked out, our drop box is now open. And if you'd like to put some more books on hold to check out, you can go to our website, alamosalibrary.org, and it will tell you how you can put some books on hold now. Let's sing our goodbye song. It goes like this. See you later, alligator, in a while, crocodile. Give a hug, ladybug, blow a kiss, jellyfish. See you soon, sweet baboon, out the door, dinosaur. Take care, polar bear. Wave goodbye, butterfly. Goodbye.